I woke up in the hospital bed with a graduation cap on my head, the gold tassels dangling in my face. Congratulations, my parents said simultaneously without smiling. Their voices were a flat, low, deadpan chorus. My mom, standing to my left, reached into her tattered Amoeba Records tote bag, the one with the hole in the bottom that her keys and loose change were always falling out of. She grimaced with her arm half buried in the bag, the same expression she wore when she pulled clumps of hair out of the shower drain or scooped the cat's litter box. One by one, she fished out little notes and Hallmark cards and handed them to my dad, and one by one he handed them to me. I sat up, rubbed the post-nap grogginess from my eyes, and skimmed the words my teachers had written to me. Congratulations, I'm so proud of you. You're an inspiration, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Washington, my music teacher, had gotten everyone in the class to sign a card for me. There was a typed letter from my principal, Ms. Montez. In all of my 20 years as an educator, I've never seen anybody accomplish what you have. You are truly extraordinary. It's been an honor having you at our school. Finally, my mom pulled out a creased, rolled up sheet of cardstock, unfurled it, and set it down gently on my lap. I held it in both hands and stared at the fancy script font, the raised golden seal at the bottom. The name of my school, Los Angeles High School for the Arts. My name, Lily Arietti Rath. Thought about my classmates lined up like cattle on that stage, the years they'd spent anticipating this moment with bated breath, the time and energy they'd spent agonizing over it, the procession of handshakes, hugs, and smiles, family and friends clapping and cheering, cameras flashing. I wondered how many of my classmates' smiles were genuine and how many were forced. I rolled the diploma back up and dropped it by my side. It rolled off the edge of the bed and fell onto the floor. A nurse came waddling in, reeking of cigarettes. "Hello, dear," she shouted. "How are you feeling?" The sound of her voice made me wince. Can you all hear me okay? Yes. Above that? Okay. She wrapped the Velcro cuff around my arm, checking my pulse and blood pressure, a thermometer in my ear to take my temperature. "I'm sorry you had to spend your big day here with us. I bet you were with all your friends, huh?" I shrugged, avoiding her eyes. I heard my rolled up diploma crunch and flatten underneath her Crocs. Then I heard a knock on the open door. Dr. Marks walked in with a stethoscope hanging around her neck and a clipboard in her hand. She'd been the doctor on call last time I was here too, after someone found me passed out in the girls' bathroom at school. "It's nice to see you again, Lily, but at the same time, it's really not." She shook my parents' hands and said hello to them. Her voice shook when she made eye contact with my dad. Last time, she'd ranted about how much she used to love his band until he walked out of the room. He mumbled, "Hi," and turned away. My mom pretended to look for something in her bag, like she did every time someone geeked out on my dad. Dr. Marks skimmed the intake information on the clipboard. I was 5'4", 92 pounds, anemic. My period hadn't come this month. A good Samaritan had called an ambulance when he saw me faint at the library 72 hours earlier. She flipped through the next few pages, giving my psych eval the once over, glanced approvingly at the tray on the end table. With great difficulty, I had managed to finish the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, fruit cup, and chocolate milk I'd been served for lunch. And whatever, some other shit. Oh, here we go. Okay, so she's being discharged from the hospital after it comes to light that she just graduated high school 2 years early with a full ride to Harvard, and she doesn't want to go. The ground wobbled underneath me. The fluorescent-lit corridor was a million-mile tunnel. The exit sign was a tiny pinprick of red light, a flame writhing and gasping for air. I was wading through a river of something murky and viscous, swimming through a pool of molasses, stuck in the deep end up to my neck. I was drowning in shit. Swarms of bees were buzzing inside my head, crashing against the inside of my skull. My dad put out his thin, tattoo-covered arm, offering it for me to lean on for support. I shook my head no and kept walking. Wow. I stepped into my parents' banged-up light blue two-door Volkswagen Rabbit laying across the back seat. It had rust spots and a mismatched front grille. The driver's side door didn't unlock, and they'd been driving on the same spare tire for 3 years. My mom put the shotgun seat back in the upright position and reached into her bag. She pulled out a tincture of medical-grade weed oil, or mother's little helper, as she liked to call it, and said she didn't feel like driving. My dad sighed and climbed into the driver's seat, even though his license was suspended due to unpaid parking tickets. All right, change of pace here. So I'm almost done writing a memoir, and that's kind of what I'm most excited about. Here's a couple of excerpts. All right, this was during a very interesting time. I had just left the house for the first time in a whole summer. Well, that was a nice little first baby step back into the realm of the living, but here comes the hard part. Gluing my shattered life back together, starting over from square one without a roadmap. Where do I even begin? If I wasn't a godless piece of heathen scum, I'd be turning to a higher power right now, on my knees, gazing up at the sky, begging for a sign. But I've heard there's another way, an alternative, mystical mathematics for people who think they're too smart for religion but still need something besides themselves to believe in. It's called astrology. I type a few words into the search bar and poof, there's a website that will tell me exactly where all the planets were hanging around at the exact date, time, and place I was born. With this cosmic data, I can surely unlock the answers. In the wee hours of June 9th, 1980, I'm not telling you how old I am, in Washington, D.C., the sun was in Gemini, the moon was in Pisces, and my rising sign, whatever the fuck that is, was in Taurus. In other words, I was born with my head lost in the clouds, my heart adrift in the most capricious tides of human emotion, and with a stubborn streak that could save me from myself if it doesn't kill me first. You may be incapable of earning a living in a socially acceptable fashion, my birth chart warns me. No shit, tell me something I don't know. Hospitals, prisons, and psychiatric facilities will likely figure prominently in your life. Well, maybe this astrology shit is for real after all. I've already checked off 2 out of 3 of those, and I only just turned 18. This party's just getting started. Thanks, universe. All right, and then here's another one. This is something from my teenage years. It's called Honey, Your Tits Are Crooked. Maybe you could give it a trial run, my friend Emily suggests. Go for, say, 1 year, dressing like a woman, going by a female name and all that. Like the whole boys don't cry thing, but in reverse. And if it feels right to you, that's how you'll know that you want to go forward with it. You mean like surgery and stuff? Yeah, exactly. Now hold still, I'm almost done. She puts down the lip liner pencil and spins me around in the chair to face the mirror above her dresser. I stand up, move closer to the mirror to get a good look at my full face of makeup. Step back to see how Emily's little black fuck me dress looks on me. Cop a quick feel of my freshly shaved thighs. Wow, I look fucking good. Emily whistles loudly. I'd hit that. I know there are people out there who get sex changes, but I don't think I've ever met one. I've only ever seen them on the Jerry Springer show, throwing chairs at each other and ripping each other's hair out. What are they called? Transsexuals? How do you do it anyway? Just waltz into any doctor's office, point at a big shiny sign on the wall and declare, "I'll take the tits and pussy package, please." No way it's that simple. I've heard somewhere that you have to spend years getting the 3rd degree from an army of shrinks before any doctor will touch you with a 10-foot pole. And then they put you on some witness protection program type shit where they make you relocate and take on a whole new identity with a fabricated backstory. At least I think that's how it works, but I don't know. And who am I supposed to ask? Emily and I walk the 4 blocks back to my mom's house where the rest of my outfit awaits. I hold my breath, hoping that my mom doesn't emerge from her room. My mother was fucking crazy. I'm kicking myself for forgetting these last couple of items. Wait right here, I instruct Emily as I open the front door. I'll only be a minute. I run up to my room, frantically unstrap Emily's dress and put on the bra that I got from a thrift store. It takes me a couple of tries to get it right side up and facing the right way. I ball up 2 pairs of socks and stuff them in the cups. Last step, slip into those secondhand high heels. Then I walk back downstairs, one excruciating step at a time, both hands on the banister, to find Mom and Emily chatting it up at the kitchen table, giggling. They both go silent when they see me reach the bottom of the stairs. Mom gets up and walks over to me. Honey, your tits are crooked. I look down. Oh shit. One of them's below my heart. The other's almost up to my shoulder. I guess this bra's a little too big for me. Mom reaches under the front of the dress and shuffles some things around. There, that's better, she says, giving my boobs a gentle pat. Emily bursts out laughing. Have fun, you guys, Mom calls out as we walk out the door. And save me some Twizzlers. You know they're my favorite. We meet up with Melissa, Natalia, and Daphnis down the street. Seriously? I whine. None of you could bother dressing up. I can give Emily a pass because she hooked it up, but the rest of them? I thought you were joking about that part, Melissa says, pointing at the pillowcase in my hand. Let's just go to my house and watch movies or something, Daphnis says. Come on, why on earth do you want to go trick-or-treating? We're fucking seniors in high school. So, I shoot back, we all like free candy, don't we? I slowly march on ahead down the sidewalk, barely able to stay upright in my heels, waiting for them to fall in line behind me. A middle-aged father gives me a dirty look while he steers his small children away from me. Finally, my buzzkill friends begrudgingly catch up to me. Natalia's looking at me all funny. What? I ask her. Dude, you're walking like you just took it in the butt. But you look pretty, Melissa says.